All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh alongside Ron Cook, and if you need a roof, make sure you call Ireland Contracting. They're the best in the business. Their number's pretty easy to remember, 1-800-NEW-ROOF. So if you need a new roof, make sure you call Ireland Contracting. They do all kind of other work, too. Not only roofs, they do siding, gutters, windows, anything you need. Give them a call, 1-800-NEW-ROOF. Give us a call right now on the Borders to Borders hotline, 412-575-2600 is the number. And Ron, I feel bad for Jameson Town right now. I mean, two pretty good starts, two winnable games, and he comes out of it with nothing to show for it, really. And
no, well, I mean, in the first game, he got into the seventh inning and gives up a
game time
home run, walk, and then the double down the line. I don't feel as bad for him that day. Today, he was real good. 7 innings. What did he give up? The 1 run. He's ahead 3-1. You think that one's in the books. He deserved a whole lot better tonight, no question.
I mean, look, the problems this year are going to be depth for sure. And you saw it tonight because they have Gonzalez up, Reyes up. If they would have went out and spent a little bit of money, and I know I keep harping on this, but if they would have went out and maybe got a couple free agents, you wouldn't have Gonzalez up or Reyes up. Maybe Freddie Galvis or, I just keep throwing that name out there. But just name another guy. You don't have J.B. Shuck in the lineup.
Well, Shuck actually walked with the bases
loaded.
loaded.
Yeah, he did,
today.
but
he actually did his job. The big out was Gonzalez popping out to first base with the bases loaded, 1 out. And then Reyes bounces out to shortstop. Yeah, it's not a very good bench. It just isn't right now. They were counting on Chisenhall to take over Polanco until Polanco gets back. Now Polanco may beat Chisenhall back. Who knows? So it's a bad break there, although I don't know that Lonnie Chisenhall was going to be your great savior either.
All right, from J.B. Shuck to J.B. out in Squirrel Hill. What's up, J.B.?
Hey, how are you guys?
Good, thanks for calling.
All right, with respect to the Pirates, I mean, the way I see it, we have 2 clutch players, right? One would be Marte, who you'd want up there in a big situation. I mean, who else?
Corey Dickerson. That's
Really?
the guy. That's the guy I'd want up. I don't know about you, Ron, but the one guy I'd want up with the bases loaded, chance to win it, that would be Corey Dickerson.
Marte batted in the bottom of the 9th with a guy in second base and grounded out the third. So
well, that's one time.
Well, okay. I mean, that's one time. I mean,
Cook. Who do we have that's clutch there? I'm asking Cook.
Who do we have? Who do the Pirates have that is clutch? I don't know. I don't know that I would include Marte in the group. I don't like the lineup. I said that before the season started. Loved the pitching. Was dead wrong with the bullpen so far. I don't like the lineup. I still don't like the lineup. Josh Bell comes up and Cervelli walks in the bottom of the 10th. Bell flies out to left. He's got to do more for me. The whole team offensively has to do more for me.
JB, if you're talking about
I don't know
clutch,
that I'm describing Marte as a big clutch player, though.
I don't know if there's any clutch players on this team, but if you're asking me a guy that I want up with a chance to win the game,
I'd say Cervelli, I guess.
Cervelli. I'd put Corey Dickerson up there, even though he had a chance to win it in the opener, and he didn't.
Oh, that was a heck of an at-bat, though.
It was.
12 pitches.
And this is a guy that can hit base hits, and he can get the ball in play. He's a good contact hitter. I like him. I would want to put the bat in his hands if he had a chance. Well, he was out today with shoulder soreness. I don't know how long that's going to linger.
He pinch hit tonight. And made an out, but apparently they said before the game he was okay to pinch hit, but didn't feel well enough to play. Sore shoulder, they said.
All right, back out to the phone lines. Let's go out to Bill out in Nemacolin. What's up, Bill? How you doing?
Good. How you doing tonight?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Another pass ball that cost the Pirates a run. That game would have been tied up if it wasn't for the pass ball. This is the second one, and the bullpen is so depleted. And I'm not happy with the infield at all. And I didn't see hardly any fans there tonight. Go ahead and I'll let you talk.
Well, you know what?
They announced 24,000, and I didn't see them either. The
surprised.
Defense tonight I thought was okay. I missed the pass ball, but I'm not going to blame Cervelli again on the one the other day because it was just he was expecting one pitch and he got another and couldn't react to it. You said the night one wasn't good, Rich?
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't see it.
I mean, it was another. I don't know. I don't know who to blame there. I would have to hear from what both guys have to say.
The infield defense has not been good.
No, and it's not going to be good all year.
Tonight the defense was okay, I thought, but that wasn't the problem. They didn't get big hits, and then obviously at the end couldn't do it.
Is that something you can fix, though? They don't have good defensive players, other than their shortstop. And I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. I think that guy's a really good defender, maybe the best defensive player on the team, maybe outside of Marte. But
horrible error the other day.
It was, and I'm going to give him a pass for that. But other than him, I mean, Moran, Frazier, Bell, you're talking about maybe 3 of the worst infielders in baseball.
I think Gung is pretty good. I think he is an upgrade over Moran defensively. He had a home run tonight. That was nice to see. But I'm okay with the left side of the defense, the right side. Frazier still has to show me he can do it. Bell, I think, is just a bad first baseman. And then you're going to get Polanco back, and he may not be able to throw. You're going to hold your breath every time the ball's hit to the right side of the field.
You know, I wouldn't be opposed, and I don't know what you think about this, Ron, but I wouldn't be opposed putting Frazier out in right field, even though they announced him as your second baseman.
Well, who are you going to put at second then?
Newman.
Is he going to be your answer? I don't know.
I mean,
maybe.
he's a better infielder than Frazier.
Is he going to
he's
hit
the backup.
well enough?
I don't know. That's what you know. You want to keep Frazier's bat in the lineup. He might be a better outfielder than an infielder. So they have a lot of question marks. They don't have. They just have a bunch of average players. It seems.
For only 4 games, they have a lot of question marks here.
All right, let's go.
It's only 158 to go.
158. And if you think this loss is bad, just wait till you. There's going to be many other ones. All right, Pat out in Brookline.
Hey, how you doing tonight? Love the show. I just have a comment. I'll let you. I don't know. I'm old school. I remember when we had guys 20 complete games and 25 and 30 game winners, and we don't see that no more in baseball. And that's all changed because of the pitching now. And I don't know. I'll let you guys comment, but I think they should start leaving them starters out there a little longer. I think that they keep Tyone in for another inning and then bring Vasquez.
That's not going to happen, Ron, because that's just not the way baseball is anymore.
It isn't anymore. I mean, tonight, Tyone, you could definitely argue, could have stayed out for the 8th. He was 85 pitches, I believe,
yeah,
right?
Through 7.
The other day, Archer was 99. I get taking him out then. I might have left Tyone in for another inning, but again, they have faith in the bullpen. Kella has been very good. He's your 8th inning guy. You count on him to be able to protect the 3-1 lead. 6 pitches, it's 3-3. Vasquez has struggled in his 2 outings. You just can't expect that, and it's a long. Vasquez have a horrible week or 2. When was it, in May last year, and then he became lights out. So I'm not ready to give up on these guys yet, but this early in the season, it's really compounded.
Rodriguez has struggled. This is a guy that they thought maybe could be a closer at some point.
He was a guy last year, I think he was among the league leaders in stranding guys on base.
Yeah.
He comes in with a couple on and gives up a home run the other in Cincinnati. It's just been a horrible, horrible start.
Hey, but they have 4 games.
They haven't won since opening day.
Well,
how about the Cubs? They were losing again tonight. They've been awful so far. Milwaukee's the team that's, 6-1 now? They look great without a bullpen.
All right, well, we'll talk more about the Pirates, also maybe some Penguins calls if we can get in.
We got a pretty big game tomorrow night,
Rich.
Rich.
Game tomorrow night. 412-575-2600. We got one line open. Back in a couple minutes.